All right, we are happy now to be joined by former NFL wide receiver and Super Bowl champion Hakeem Nicks. We appreciate you joining DraftKings, dude. How you been?
Hey, man, I've been good, man. Good. Thanks for having me on here.
Yeah, how you been enjoying the season so far?
Well, being a diehard Giants guy,
Yeah.
it could be better for us, but there's still a bunch of games left, a bunch of fight left. So, it's going pretty good, man. Just excited to see some football, to be honest.
And I know the Giants, speaking of injuries, like the Giants have struggled with them this season, including rookie wide receiver Kadarius Toney. But when he's been on the field, Hakeem, he's been an electric factory. What do you think he brings to this offense?
I think he brings exactly what his game says, is explosiveness. He's good when the ball is in his hands. We can always improve our game, but, he's still a young pup. He's so raw. You just kind of got to let that talent flow. And I think the Giants does a good job. Jason Garrett does a good job at, using him when he's being used. I think he can be used a little bit more. But, that's just, goes to say, this is my opinion. It's a star team. Being in New York, you got Saquon Barkley, you got Sterling Shepard, you got the new guy.
Yeah, you got Kenny Golladay there too.
Yeah, Kenny Golladay. I was about to say him next. Yep. So I think that sometimes offensive coordinators game plan around those star players, and when they're injured, those same plays might not be as effective. So I think he's got to find a way how to use. That's how I think the benefit them the last game. I think he just went out there and just opened up the playbook. We seen Daniel Jones making a one-handed catch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think he just went ahead and opened up the playbook, and he wasn't holding back because he was like, okay, none of my star guys are playing, so I could just call my plays now.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of what benefited them, last game. So I think they should do that same approach, because players make the plays, but the plays are built by design to win.
Yep. And of course, Daniel Jones, all his wide receivers are injured. Last week, it's like one of the highlights of that win against Carolina was he wasn't only throwing it, he wasn't only running it, but he was out there receiving the football as well from Dante Pettis. He's also on this pace to have a career year in the passing yards department. What has stood out to you in terms of his development, though? Because I feel like it's been a bright spot for Daniel Jones, this development in the team's 2-5 start.
Right. Well, like we said initially, they've been plagued with injuries. So that's not his fault. I think he's kind of staying status quo. He's not too low, not too high, but he's, going up. And it's not I haven't seen a decline in his game, since he's been playing. So I think long as you don't see no setbacks or declines, the talent is there, obviously. We've seen him break for over 80 yards when he tripped over the line. We've seen him make a one-handed catch. So I think he's like a sneaky athletic that he don't really get much credit for. But, he from Charlotte, man. We produce some good athletes down here.
Yeah, for sure. And he's also on pace to surpass Eli Manning's first 3-year franchise record in passing yards. He's only 352 yards shy of that. You played with Eli. You won a Super Bowl with him in 2011. 10 catches, over 100 yards in that game, man. What was your favorite memory from that championship team?
Man, favorite memory probably, man, would just be being with my teammates and accomplishing that goal, because it was a goal that we obviously set out. Every team set out in the beginning of the year. Yeah, we want to go to the Super Bowl. But the fact that it happened and we actually got to do that, and then I played a major part in it, extremely excited about that. But I would have to cherish the most moments would just be with my teammates after we won and just celebrating with them and, hugging each other and just knowing that we accomplished what we set out to do when the season was really rough. We won that Super Bowl with a 9-7 record. Yeah. So, that was just the part when you think about it, no one gave up. Even when we had to win win-win situation. Nobody gave up. Players was making plays all over the field on the defensive side of the ball, special team side of the ball, and the offensive side of the ball. So, man, that's just probably one of the greatest things, man. And obviously, hosting that Lombardi Trophy and getting that Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, who do you keep in touch with the most from that team?
Let's see. Well, obviously my receivers,
Yeah.
Manningham, probably me and Manningham talk the most. Me and Mario Manningham probably talk the most. We talk like once a week, probably, whether it be text message, or whatever.
Yeah.
Me and Cruz probably catch up like once every month. Cruz busy, man.
Yeah.
That boy always busy. He's been that way his whole career. But those probably the main two I talk to, and I also talk to Eli probably like once a month. Shoot him a text message, or we either hook up.
Yeah.
If I'm out in New Jersey, New York area, I hit him up. Link the families up and whatnot. So, but yeah, man. Other than that, those probably the guys that I probably talk to the most. Can't forget my dog Bradshaw, Bradshaw.
For sure.
That's my dog.
Yeah,
that's my dog right there.
We've caught up with him. We've talked to him a lot. We've done a lot of stuff with Victor Cruz, who, you're right, he's busy like in the media doing stuff. He's
Right.
all over the place, but so is Eli Manning now. Like, when's Eli bringing you on that Monday Night Football Manning cast?
Hey, look, you know what? Hey, I might just shoot him a text message now.
Let's go. Tonight's a perfect night for it.
It is. I might shoot him a text message like, man, what's up? Let me hop on that. give him a couple good laughs.
Hey, how different was he like back in their playing days? Like this Eli we're seeing now. We've always heard stories behind the scenes. He's fun. He's this guy, but we're starting to see it more on television. Was he like this in the locker room?
Nah, he was more quiet. But I would say this. He was always funny. He can always, make you laugh. He always had some humor with him, whether it be pulling a prank on you,
Yeah,
or whether it just be him spitting out a joke in the locker room. But so, he got some jokes up under the sleeve. But I think he's doing a good job, man. Shoot, hats off to him, because I don't think nobody kind of thought that he would be doing that.
Yeah.
Being in the media as much. But hey, man. He's doing a great job at it.
Yeah.
I sit down and actually watch it every time.
Okay. I was going to ask if you had any advice for him, but it sounds like you believe he's doing A-okay.
Yeah, he's doing good, man. Shoot. He's doing good to me.
Your Tar Heels are doing A-okay. I know it was a rough loss against Notre Dame, but they hung in there for the most part over the weekend. Like, you've stepped up big time for him recently, Hakeem. Giving back to the school. Now the Tar Heels wide receiver room is named after you. Why was it important for you to give back to UNC?
Well, for one, that was my legacy. It's kind of like how I gave back to my high school as well in the past. You just kind of want to, it's kind of like thanking a program that gave you opportunity to be where you at today. Like I say, coming, inner city in Charlotte, growing up, how I grew up. Coaches, my high school coach taking a chance on me, believing in me, sending me to Carolina before I even knew how to choose a school. Telling me that was going to be the best, best spot for me. I'll get to play right away. And, coming from a high school that never lost a football game, I was like, okay, well, this, they losing a lot of games, coach.
Yeah.
And I never forget, he told me, he said, well, on a college level, it's not always about wins and losses. It's about your opportunities to get to the next level. And he said, I think it's going to be a good fit for you. So, go up there. John Bunning offered me my scholarship at the time. I didn't have no offers. I was thinking I was going to be playing basketball or something, to be honest with you. So when I got the offer, I remember, just being the media calling me, and my high school coach, I had to call him because I was screening calls. I was like, Coach, the newspaper asking me if I committed to Carolina. I don't know what to say. And he was like, tell him, yeah. I said, okay. So, I was like, yeah. So they took a chance on me, just a kid, without even me playing my senior season game first. They just took my coach's word and said, hey, listen, if y'all don't offer this kid now, by the end of the season, he's going to blow up, and it'll probably be too late. And we want to keep him in the state. We want to keep him home. And so they took my coach's word. Then I had to do the rest of the part, as far as SAT goes, and keeping my grades up and whatnot. I took care of that part, but my high school coach stayed on top of me. On top of that, he went to every teacher I had if this kid having a problem, y'all come straight to me.
Yep.
So he made sure he lined that up for me. Say all that to say this. I wanted to give back to that program because they believed in me before I even played a senior game. And that meant a lot because, that got me out of my position that I was, in high school. And, they taught me to be a man as well.
Yep. Before you get out of here at DraftKings, we're obviously very interested in fantasy football, very invested in that. Now, in your career, you scored just south of 695 fantasy points. We're talking total. But do you know what season was your best fantasy season?
Was it Super Bowl year?
Very close to it. It was the season before that, 2010.
Right.
You remember how many touchdown receptions you had?
11.
Yeah, of course you do. I feel like all you guys have your best seasons memorized.
11.
But it was your sophomore year in the NFL too. 79 catches, nearly 1,100 yards. I will say this: you fumbled once. All right, it was almost perfect.
Right. I know. Hey, look, in my college career, I only fumbled once.
Yeah, man.
Whole college career. In high school, never fumbled. But guess what?
What?
Only 2 fumbles I got came when the ball was high and tight.
Okay.
Anytime I held the ball with my hands, right here.
Yeah.
Never fumbled.
Look at those sausage fingers. Very, very strong. I'm sure Mac Brown would love you to come back and teach that to some of the guys now.
Oh, yeah, man. Actually, I do that. I got a few guys that I work with, man. Actually, man, Steve Smith played with me at the Giants. We got something going on right now. I ain't really going to speak on it yet, but hopefully it takes off on us. Trying to do something where, catching techniques off of jugs machines.
Sweet.
And create a little app behind it. So we got something going on right now, a little project, but hopefully that prevails for us.
Yeah. Keep us in the loop on that, man, for sure. Bonus question. I want to wrap things up. I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. Let's get your take. Top 5 wide receivers in the NFL just right now. So let's start at number 5. I know this is difficult because there is a lot to choose from, and there are some very good wide receivers. But you were a very good wide receiver, so we respect your opinion. Let's go. Who's 5?
Right. So 5, I kind of got a 2-way tie. Right.
Oh, wait. So this means we're going to have like 6 guys in the top 5.
Yeah, well, yeah. Just that number 5 and 4 was iffy, and I kind of got to choose. You know what I mean?
All right. What do you got?
So at 5, I'm gonna go with the young pup Jamar Chase.
Ooh.
Just cause I feel like he's coming on strong.
Oh, he's unreal.
And, yeah, like he's coming on very strong. So that's the young pup, only young pup that's gonna get in there. I gotta show love. You know what I mean? I gotta show love. And then I'm gonna match him up with Tyree Kill, just because Tyree Kill's kind of it ain't his best season, but shoot, he didn't. If I'm not mistaken, he had 200-yard games already.
Yeah, and you know what? He's the most dangerous deep threat in the game right now.
Exactly. He changed up a whole defense.
Yes, he does.
Anybody that could change a defense, they in that, top 5 worthy, in my opinion.
That inside-outside versatility. But I love the rookie. He continues to blow the minds of everybody around the league. Who do you got at 4?
Right. 4, I'm going to go with Devontae Adams.
Oh, wow.
Green Bay.
I would think he would be up there closer to 1, but okay.
No, I got a good 5 now. Hold up. So, 4. But we talking about this season.
Yes,
right?
we are. Yes, right
this
now.
Season. Yeah. So that's the only reason why number 4. He would be in that top 3 for me. But Cooper Kupp I had to choose between him and Cooper Kupp. And Cooper Kupp is coming on real strong this season.
Okay. He's got 10 touchdowns right now, which is twice as much than the next guy who is Tyree Kill.
He's producing.
Yes, he is.
He's producing. So
that takes us to 2 then, right?
Take us to 3, right?
Well, I thought
hold on. Well, I gave 2 for 5.
Yep. And then you went Adams for 4, and then I thought
Adams for 4.
Who was
Cooper
3?
Kupp for 3. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Cooper Kupp for 3. And number 2, DK Metcalf.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God. He's built like a linebacker, too. Yeah. Built like a linebacker.
DK.
He's got like a 12-pack on his stomach.
So, and then number 1, My boy DeAndre Hopkins. He's gonna always be number one for me right now.
Oh,
Like while he's
man.
playing, he's phenomenal. Um, he's a leader, and he's a hell of a ball player, man.
And
He actually, not too many people can go from one organization to the next and still be as productive.
I
You
was
know what I
going
mean?
to.
I honestly struggle with that.
Yeah.
Other, going to different offenses and like, this don't fit me, man. I need to, I'm used to being isolated, this and that, and other teams want to put me in concepts. I'm like, man, I'm a one-man army. I need to be out here battling. You know what I mean? But everybody can adapt to that, and the fact that he adapted to it, that confirmed to me, like, okay, yeah, he's really the real deal.
And he's making it work with different quarterbacks and two different mobile quarterbacks going from Deshaun Watson over to Kyler Murray. Like, it's smooth, I feel like, is the best way to describe Nuke. Super,
Right.
super smooth.
Another one that I seen who a career I admired was Steve Smith from the Panthers.
Oh,
He
God.
actually did the same thing. When he left Carolina and went to Baltimore, his transition was smooth as well.
Yep.
So, yeah, man. So once I see, yeah, he's DeAndre Hopkins, man, legit.
Dangerous. That team is legit as well. I mean, they're one miscommunication away from being undefeated here. It's maybe a
Right.
bad look there for AJ Green at the end of last week's game, but you got to get that
AJ
head
Green's a
around,
good
right?
friend of mine. Yeah, he got get the he wasn't looking. That's all it came down to. Because I'm sure if his head was around, we know what he can do.
Yep.
So I don't think that one play can make or break his career.
No.
We already know what he stands for.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, he's had a tremendous career.
And we know what you stood for. You had a hell of a career as well. Hakeem Nicks, it was really great talking to you. Keep giving back. You're setting a great example for a lot of former Tar Heels and other men around the National Football League. So thanks a lot for hanging out with us here on DraftKings, dude.
Hey, man, appreciate y'all for having me, man.